Yeah. So you guys currently are west of the Windshore wreckage of the Windshore campsite, northwest of the tower that's protruding out of the lake. During the night, well, before you guys went to bed, actually, was it? I don't recall the exact timing.
I think it was in the middle of the night.
But yeah, Tylos decided to leave his package, his drumstick.
When you say it like that.
Hey-o.
But yeah, he decided to leave it out there, as he was told to. At some point, there was a ruckus. You guys decided to investigate and discovered some sort of powerful, well, semi-powerful wizard duking it out with a bunch of kobolds.
I still think you should let me eat in it.
The fight quickly devolved into like a three-way ordeal. The kobolds, after being massacred by both sides, kind of just scattered and ran, and you guys ended up putting down Snape, whose name isn't actually Snape, by the way, but like you guys don't know what his name is.
We're just gonna call him Snape.
But this visually descriptive wise, you may as well have been describing Snape. So let's go with Snape.
But legally different from any intellectual property by J.K. Rowling.
So we shall call him not Snape.
You call
Professor
him...
Snug.
Yeah, that works.
Now, what's it? Hold on. I'll get back.
Professor
Well,
Snake.
I second Snoke.
Not to be confused with Snoke.
God, we're just treading. Fuck, I don't
We
I don't
do
wanna
not
call
want
us-
to piss off Disney.
Yeah,
can't-
Disney is a little bit litigious.
You're not allowed to put this on YouTube now because of the names we've used.
It's unlisted.
They will send.
They'll still find it.
So Snape
yeah.
is now E-Pants.
You guys return to camp. You at some point during the rest of the night, you heard some sort of like a battle or something that was happening towards the east, back at the Windshore camp.
That's right, the laser beams.
Yeah, and there was like flashes of lights and the echoing sounds of distant cries.
His name was Professor Rickman. I couldn't remember. That's what I was going for.
And then some point, as you were packing up during the morning, you heard a crash and a woman's scream come from the east of your camp. And when you investigated, you found that someone had fallen into a hitherto as yet undiscovered pit trap full of spikes, and kind of like impaled this woman, impaled her legs on some of the spikes, and was kind of like trying to extricate herself from this like 3 or 4 foot deep pit trap. Because realistically, who the fuck goes around digging 20-foot deep pit traps?
And we got a dog.
Oh yes, and you guys found a dog who you named Liv. And in fact, if you go down to the notable NPC, you will find Liv.
Okay.
I have added.
Wasn't that Elvish or something? I forget.
Esmeralda's pretty hot there, right?
Yes, I would say the woman who introduced herself as Esmeralda, and she said that she was with a camp of a group of trekkers, like explorers similar to yourself, but they got set upon by some kind of skeleton machines, and she ran away from the fight when their party was being massacred. And yes,
Is
I
all
would
her
say that
party
she's
dead?
fairly attractive. Yes.
Is all of the party dead?
She'll I assume you guys helped her out of the pit, right?
Maybe.
Yes, right?
Yes.
I'd go
Yes,
down
yes.
there and give her a big old orc paw to pull herself up with.
She gives out a little bit of a gasp as her leg comes loose of the.
Impale, yeah. Like maybe saw the, like try to
The leg
saw the
off?
spikes off.
Saw the leg.
No, saw the spikes off and remove it later. You know, carefully.
Do you have a soul?
You find that the spikes come loose with just like a bit of a rocking it back and forwards. It's built by
Wow.
it's constructed by kobolds. This isn't like
Up we go.
all right. She seems a little bit faint, whether from exhaustion or pain. But yeah, no problem at all. This is trivial. She weighs like nothing.
It's like lifting up a couple grapes.
Yeah. Yeah, and she seems a little bit like I don't know. She seems to be a little bit like shocky or in shock. And
Ilona,
she's just like,
can you do something about this?
About what? The leg?
Hi.
I mean, do we have to replace it?
No, I mean,
I could probably chop it off real fast.
the last time I tried to perform surgery on anyone, it didn't exactly go too well.
That's true.
Esmeralda gasps and says, "No, I want to keep the leg." And then she like kind of shoves away from you, Honu.
Guys, she wants to keep the leg. I think we should let her keep the. I mean, I'm no a doctor, but that looks pretty bad.
I mean, we've got a perfectly good robot leg here, and I'll pull out a robot leg from my bag.
Can we just bandage up her wounds or something? Who said anything about cutting off her leg?
You did.
No, I didn't.
Somebody did.
Can we get some damn bandages already?
Alright.
I
I'll
don't
pull
have
some
any more
bandages out.
healing spells.
Should we remove the spikes first? No, I don't think we did. I don't think we got a chance to.
She's looking around bewildered, and she just says, "Who are you people?"
What's our group name?
I don't think we have a group name.
Yeah, the currently yet unnamed adventuring group.
Oh, you guys
Yes.
do belong to a company, but
Yeah, but our group doesn't have a name. We're a subsidiary of the company.
We could probably give her a company name, but you know, where's the fun in that?
I think she's going to bleed to death, guys.
Oh, actually, I do have spells.
Yeah. Can't we just anything?
If I see Luna about to heal her, I'm going to rip out the spikes right before she heals her. This is going to hurt a lot. I'm sorry about this. Just pop them on out.
Can I assist in this medicine niche?
sure. Go ahead and roll a medicine check at advantage, Honu.
Okay. It's going to be fantastic. Medicine. Not even on my thing. Give me a sec. Gotta generate. I just assumed I'd never roll one. 12. There we go.
Yeah, you successfully yank it out. There's a bit of a spurt of blood, and as Luna sets to work applying her magic, sealing the wound and restoring the damage, the act of you yanking it out quite brusquely, Esmeralda passes out.
You guys think she's gonna want these when she wakes up? And I'll like hold up the pulled out spikes. Like a
Probably.
souvenir or something?
Probably as a
we can-
souvenir.
All right. I mean, I think this is a great idea.
You'd want them, wouldn't you?
Oh no! If I want bloody spikes, I get my own.
So Robin,
I mean, like-
Luna, You also notice that as you're treating her wounds, that she has a broken arrow shaft in her back, like in one of her shoulders, that she must have like snapped the arrow at some point.
Ooh, you want me to get that?
Can I inspect the workmanship of the arrow shaft?
Sorry, not my bad. Not an arrow shaft. The familiar bolt wound. I think I mentioned it last time.
Yeah.
Totally.
Hexagonal bolts.
I'm gonna flip her over and well, try to flip her over.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
she is. She's I would say she's on the slight side of an average human female. So you have no issues, even as a
Ooh,
halfling.
she look like she's real hungry too. We should feed her something.
Does whiskey count as food? Because I've got lots of that.
Maybe
I
it breaks up.
mean, who doesn't like whiskey?
Actually, that's a good point. I do have some dry rations.
All right. So what are you guys doing? I should describe Esmeralda a little bit. So she's dressed in like a ranger / woodsman's clothing, kind of like a leather. I guess you could call it armor. I mean, it's more like a.
It's sort of more to prevent scrapes and little bumps than actual weapon attacks.
Your keen eye tells you that it could probably serve as armor against probably like wildlife and like wear and tear from traveling, but it doesn't appear specifically designed for combat. Although it could serve that purpose, it's essentially leather armor from the PHP.
Does she have any
and-
weapons on her?
She does not have any weapons on her. However, she is carrying at her waist behind her back a crossbow bolt case. Then there's like about a dozen bolts in it. Doesn't have a crossbow, unfortunately.
Are they normal bolts or are they
Yeah.
metal bolts?
No, they're normal bolts. Wooden shafts, metal tips, some sort of like goose down or something for the half. No crossbow in sight though. She must have lost it at some point. She's carrying a blade on her hip that's somewhere in the neighborhood between a dagger and a short sword. But as far as that's concerned, that's all the like stuff that you find. Oh yeah, no, she's wearing a pack as well.
I'm
It
not
depends if
gonna
you're
do
looking
that.
through
I'm
the
not
pack.
gonna rummage through a lady's purse. That seems bad karma.
No, I did that to Hal, and that was once enough.
Wait, what?
I guess I could take one of these spikes and tie it to a stick and give her like a spear for the time being.
I'll offer her my
I mean,
short bow.
Well, that's probably even better.
I'll look through all of my weapons, and I'll just be like, shrug.
Actually, I think Hal's going to have a quick look through her stuff to see if she has any bandages and whatnot.
Okay.
Anything to help her heal, because that seems like a reasonable course of action.
Yeah. You find in her pack the standard belongings of like a adventure explorer's pack, except instead of torches, she also has candles, and she has some sort of she has a hooded lantern, and then she also has a healer's kit.
Hello. Sort of put the healer's kit in front of Luna and shrug. Can you do something with us?
That's an excellent point. I'll take a whole bunch of pictures of Esmeralda.
Maybe at least
nothing
wait until she's
untoward.
woken up.
Yeah, that's okay.
Do you get someone to hold their mouth and a smile?
No, let's not mess with her. That's probably bad karma as well.
So my passive medicine is 14. Is that good enough just to help bandage her and make sure?
Yeah. She's an NPC, so she doesn't immediately wake up from your administrations. But your you don't even have to do the second healing, by the way. You can keep that spell slot. From your first healing, you determine that you've closed her wounds well enough that she's in no danger of like expiring from her wounds, unless you want to use the second spell slot to like bring her back extra.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. In case she like, as you finish channeling your second spell through your hand, I assume, she gasps and kind of stirs and wakes up. And her first sentence when she wakes up, she looks up at you and she kind of like gives a half grin and she says, "Oh, wow, I actually feel pretty great. What did you do?"
I'll point to
Ancient
Luna.
Druid secret.
What did you do, Carlos?
I just pointed to Luna.
Thank you. I'm Esmeralda, by the way. I don't wait. No, I think I've already introduced myself. Sorry, I'm a little bit.
I'll hand her my flask of scotch.
Yeah. She'll take a generous. She'll nod her thanks at you and take a generous pull from it, and she'll break into coughs.
I'll take
Sure.
it back and take a big
Yeah.
generous swig as well.
Yeah.
And I'll give her 2 leg spikes.
No. You can keep those. Thank you.
Well, you might as well give us some proper spikes.
I'll just kind of look around. If no one says anything, I'll just kind of like over my shoulder toss them back into the pit.
Yeah. So what are the rest of you doing as she's kind of like getting back to her feet and kind of looking around?
Did we have a rest?
You finished a long rest, yes.
Hell's
Oh,
going
you-
to sort of cave back in the pit, or just sabotage it or ruin it in some way.
Okay.
Never
I
mind the
would
fact
like
that she's
for
left pits
everyone-
all over the place. But
I would like for everyone to roll me a perception check.
Love it. I absolutely love it.
All right, so I think we're still missing one person.
Yeah, for some reason.
Okay. So I'm going to give you guys advantage,
Woo!
just because, for reasons. No, the reasons is because you're already aware that kobolds have laid traps around here. So as you guys go about your business, healing people, throwing spikes into pits. Hal and Honu, you half about stumble into some suspicious terrain. Like you see signs of like someone has cut down or like pulled or stripped down like branches of leaves on them and then like thrown them on the ground. And you kind of like get a stick and you poke at it and it gives way and collapses into more sets of pits dug in the ground of little like pungy spikes stuck into them. And they're just like all over the place.
Oh, you know what I'm doing? With the last pit trap and this one, let's go ahead and make the spikes go on fire.
Oh, so you're setting the pits on fire?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, so you can do that. And they actually burn quite well. Like, it's almost like a miniature fire pit. So do you just go around setting all the pits on fire that you can see?
As long as there's nothing in them, like people-wise, yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing in them, just broken bits of sharpened sticks. In fact, some of them aren't even that sharp.
I thought it was my job to burn everything.
Luna looks at you, her eyes wide, and goes, "Can't I do it too?"
You make me prouder every day.
Esmeralda looks at your fire starting, and she just says, "Is that wise? All the smoke is going to give away our position if they don't already know where we are."
Ah, you're no fun.
Then we get to kill more kobolds. I don't see what the issue is.
Today we
They're-
go out during the day.
There are kobolds too?
Oh yeah. Well, we killed a lot of them.
Shit. I'm not getting paid enough for this.
We're getting paid a lot.
Wait,
A
how much are you
whole
getting
bunch.
paid?
We're getting paid.
Uh,
I'll hold up all 10 of my fingers.
He's getting paid that much. I'm getting more.
Oh, so you hand her your short bow and arrows?
Yes.
Yeah, she'll tentatively, hesitantly accept them, but then thank you. And she looks like she's not like she gauges it and then tests it. She doesn't look like an expert bowman, but like she knows how to use a short bow. Yeah.
Wait, who paying you?
Sorry, what was that, Hanu?
Yes, sir. Who's paying her?
Oh, I'm working for a lord in Everflame. He wants to set up a hunting lodge out here, and he hired us to look for a good location. But I mean, this is our third trip out here, and we've not run. We've gone north so far, and this is our first trip west. And I don't know what happened during the night. These metal skeletons set upon our camp and just started slaughtering everyone.
Yeah, they have a thing
Yeah,
against
that-
werewolves.
Yeah, that happened to us too.
They were weak.
Well,
yeah,
I
you're
mean,
one of the one who got shot by them.
Yeah, they're not that weak.
Dude, do you know where they come from?
I assume that big metal spike in the water.
You
That's
mean
the-
the tower?
Yeah, that's my logic.
You know anything about it?
She shakes her head and she says, "No. I do know that's been here since the Outriggers founded Verdant Green. No one's really explored it though.
Now that sounds lucrative.
To be honest, everyone has been exploring the range upstream. But there are like goblin tribes that way, so we don't actually push very far past the range of the anchor.
Well, now
Well-
I'm just even more curious about this.
Yeah, unexplored means more money for us.
Also
Let's
more
go
dangerous. Also
Yeah,
more
Nah,
money.
he's that bad.
More dangerous for you.
Bloody racists.
Uh,
Well, it's not because he raises, because you die really easy.
Yeah, you die
Hey,
a lot.
I'll have you know I haven't died once so far.
You get knocked out easily.
I'm fucking sorry. How many years have you survived?
This man get a hold of all 10 fingers again.
29.
That's what I thought.
Why, can you tell my age?
Yeah, something like that.
That most of it's been studying.
That's not very dangerous at all, is it?
Well, do you think I got this good just naturally? I've got to work on it.
Well, I did. Well, I mean, that fighting in pits.
Shit, so...
may I ask what you guys plan on doing next? Are you planning on returning back to the anchor anytime soon?
Eventually.
I mean, we just got here. This is what, like, day this many, and I'll hold up one hand with all fingers out.
I think this is day 3 or 4. Let me look it up.
It's close enough for him.
Probably
I-
put into 4.
I don't know why we let a barbarian do the math, but he's kind of right. We're on day 3.
Even... Really?
I have
Yeah,
a -2 intelligence modifier. Counting is not his strong suit.
What is this strong suit?
Punching things and getting punched.
And not fishing.
And apparently taking pictures. He's not, he's not amazing, but he's getting there.
He's good on the strong part, not so good on the suit part.
Yeah, no, they don't make suits this big.
By the way, your surveyor thing now says 43 for some reason.
Oh,
Good
I don't know.
style.
Well, did he tell us what the numbers meant, or just how many? I don't know. Did he even explain it to us? Because I know he didn't.
No. You didn't ask him very much about it.
Could we get like a mirror and take a picture of it and see if it gives a description for itself?
No,
That-
Oh man, that kind of made my head hurt.
no. So if you try and do that, it will tell you that it is a highly reflective object, and it'll tell you that it's likely to be forged sand backed by silver. Silver's
I'm
silver
just
backed.
gonna keep taking pictures till there ain't no more pictures to take.
Well, I'd like to return back to the anchor. I don't feel. Do you mind if I stick with you guys until
You're
you
welcome
return to the anchor?
Can you fight?
Well, I'm.
Are you going to stab us in the back?
No.
Then I got no problem with you.
He's very careful, our barbarian.
He looks at you like weirdly, like what the fuck?
Have a look at his back. You can see he's been stabbed in there a few times.
Once or twice. I mean, it don't take that many times to start asking people they're going to stab you in the back.
So, group chat then. Do we want to head on toward the tower from here, or do we want to head back to the Annika house? Because I do like the idea of unexplored areas, but at the same time,
I mean, we've been making our way here over many days. I don't really want to waste 3 days worth of travel and then 3 days back and then 3 days again.
I mean, we did find the shit. What was it, Wintershaw?
Got someone at my door. I'll be right back while you guys discuss this.
Yeah, we did find
We
that.
did find the
that stupid
elves.
dead elves.
We could take the information back and get a reward for that.
Yeah,
After
but-
ourselves better.
But we could spend a day getting to this tower, a day destroying the tower, and then go back, rather than 3 days
Ooh.
and 3 days.
Well,
I'm-
here's
I'm
my
okay with
question. How many do you think there are in there?
I don't know.
Enough that it takes a whole day.
We could go carefully through there.
Ooh, I'm real sneaky.
Lonely, you've been pretty quiet on this so far. What do you reckon?
She's not really sure. Like she would love to take down the tower, however, that would require more spells, more people. But she really wants the reward, so she wants less people. And then she wants to go back to town because of Esmeralda, but then she wants to continue to exploring. So she doesn't know what she wants.
Ooh, I have a good idea. I think. Let's go poke it and see what happens.
All right,
If we need to go get more help, we'll know. And if we don't need to get more help, we'll know. It's like when you fight. If they can't block, you knock them the fuck out. And if they can block, then you know it's going to be a long day.
You never ever poke the sleeping bear. Never.
Oh, you do where I'm from.
I mean, if you were a bear and we needed to wake you up, I'd have to poke you.
I got these. Well, we don't have the pointy sticks anymore, but I mean, I can get one.
I told
no,
you
you
you should have
set it on
kept it.
fire.
Okay.
You
Here's a
guys set it on
question.
fire. I can't go get it.
Hey, as a question then. Say we go in there, right? And we see some of them doohickey, what's it, skeleton things.
Robot killing machines, yeah.
Hey,
Smash 'em.
how many of them, before we head in there, how many is too many?
50.
This many, and I'll hold the
Alright.
Double our number?
Double our number. How many at the same time?
So 10?
It's a pretty personal question to ask.
Jesus, Tylos.
Esmeralda giggles.
No, wait, say 9.
I'm trying to be. Jeez, you're ambitious, Luna. I'm sorry, no. Okay, 9 at once.
That's
think
two
your
for
mind-
each of us and one for Esmeralda.
I reckon it couldn't have to at least approach, and
Throw a rock
Why-
at
I
it.
don't-
Why don't we
don't-
go and recon it? I can send the cat in.
hey,
and
that's a
this,
great
this
idea.
cat's just going to be like appear on top of my head.
Does the cat get a reaction out of the dog?
Yeah, hisses at the dog.
Well, I can also go and I can get
Surprisingly, Lith doesn't really particularly mind the cat.
Yeah.
That's a good girl, and she's not about that life.
Yeah, and by the way, Lith has also reappeared at some point. Come back into the camp. He was just nosing
Oh.
around at the moment.
I'll offer Lith some scotch.
Please don't do that.
It sniffs at it, but it wrinkles its nose and doesn't partake of the liquid fire.
Suit yourself. I'll take another swig.
Oh.
And there seems to be some sort of like an NPC sizing up thing going on between Esmeralda and Lith at some point.
I put
Yeah.
my money on the dog because we didn't find the dog in a pit with a bunch of spikes in its leg.
Yeah, Esmeralda seems pretty badass to me so far.
So we want to at least take a look, do we?
I think we should scout it out and then we can weigh our options.
Aye, that sounds like a good plan.
I'll go throw a rock at it. We'll be fine.
No, we will scout it out.
And then you can throw a rock
Then
on it.
if we think that it's good enough that you can throw a rock on it, you can throw as many as you like.
Like,
like
this
this.
many,
This-
and
This is a good plan.
you can throw this many at it, and hell holds up all the fingers. Everyone holds up all
Ooh.
the fingers again. How many?
Oh, I'm gonna have to start looking for rocks. On the way there, I'm gonna just look on the ground for good trucking rocks.
You find many.
Ooh, this place got tons of rocks.
So yeah, who's gonna scout ahead?
The cat.
So the cat takes off ahead of you, going about 100 feet ahead. I assume you're heading southwest? The southeast, sorry?
Yeah.
We'll just
Do we
go
as a group-
straight south?
Hell.
Yeah, do we want?
I'll hold up my hand and be like, hold this.
What am I holding?
My hand.
Why am I doing this?
And then my eyes go blank and I'm going onto the cat.
And I'll just pick him up and carry him. Kind of like over on my shoulder type deal.
What do I see as the cat?
You basically, it's kind of a little bit weird when you look through the cat's eyes. First off, the cat flies because it's weird.
Oh, that's right.
It's this crystalline cat-like figure, almost like one of those jewel cats that you've seen. Basically, like a cat carved out of crystal.
I also bet you it's upside down just to fuck with me.
It is a cat. That is what a cat would do.
But it does fly around, and as it flies around, its tail kind of like rotates like a propeller. Not super fast, but like it's just like whipping in a circle.
Leave a rainbow trail behind it.
But as you look through its vision, you don't really see color. Instead, everything is in like I wouldn't call it grayscale. It's more like white scale. Everything is viewed through the lens of this like washed out whiteness. Although you still have perfectly seeing objects and outlines. It's almost like one of those. What are they called? Those games where they use that kind of color scheme where like everything has a border around it, like a black border.
Cell shaded?
Yeah, cell shaded. It's precisely like that, but everything is like a shade of white or gray or black.
It's pretty cool.
But yeah, you can look through its vision as long as you're within 120 feet of it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the cat travels ahead. You travel ahead. You see, actually, roll me a perception check and also a survival check. Okay, so you don't see the trap.
You fuck.
But you also do see signs of it's clear, like kobolds clearly inhabit this region. Every now and then you find some sort of like they're called fetishes. Basically, little like shit. I don't even know what they're called. Sorry, how to describe them.
Let me look up an image to help describe it.
Put that
Wait,
thing
hold
in
on,
the
that's a
World
bad
Book
idea.
Project.
An inanimate object worshipped for its supposed magical power because it's considered to be inhabited by a spirit. So yeah, like basically little like dream catcher type things hanging from trees, symbolizing something, but you're not a kobold, so you don't understand that shit. But they're dotted around various, hanging from branches, laying against rocks. Not like super concentrated, but like you see one every 300 or 400 feet or so of traveling. And at one particular point, there is a tree that has like about 24 of them hanging from the tree. But you don't see any signs of kobolds themselves. The game that you do see flee upon detecting your party's presence. So you travel southeast all the way to the Marshy Peninsula without cause or issue. You don't stumble across anything of particular note. And I'm trying to eat sushi at the same time.
Ew.
Alright, so upon entering the Marshy Peninsula, this area with little foliage and little cover, your boots squelching underneath your feet. Your boots aren't really sinking into the ground so much as the ground has an active has almost like a moisture to it. It's so sodden with water that the earth is very, oh god, I don't want to say that word. I know some people fucking PTSD at the word moist.
Moist.
Why, it's just a word.
But some people are weird.
They are.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and you have no problem seeing so far as to clear across the lake. The only object of note is now, upon closer inspection, is this bronze tower about 6 stories tall, sticking out of the ground. No, actually, it's about 6 story tall, and the final story, the 6th story, is kind of like bigger than the bottom, forming this almost this parapet. I think I showed it to you guys last time, right?
Yeah.
I'll bring it back to this. Is this the?
Yeah.
Right one? I think so. I think it is. Yeah. So you guys see this tower with this lip sticking out on the edge of it. Ignore these things. These things ignore these things. These things are what's going to happen to you in the future.
Not if I throw a big enough rock at it.
Okay. And you're basically essentially somewhere around here. At the tip of the peninsula. And at the tip of this peninsula, there is what's clear now, like a 5 to 6 foot wide metal catwalk constructed from the tip of the peninsula, leading to the sides of this tower, where you kind of see this tear or this gash, and a little of this otherwise. I mean, the tower doesn't seem seamless. It's not a smooth fixture. It's very bolted together metal plate type aesthetic. But this particular place has a panel or something that seems to have been shorn open or twisted open, and this metal catwalk leads up to it. You do spot a peculiarity of note. One of the planks, one of the metal sheets that form this catwalk, about 70 or 80% along the catwalk, so closer towards the tower side, appears from your spotting from this far out to be made of pure gold.
Oh man, we should steal that.
That is worth a fortune.
But otherwise, you don't spot any signs of activity. There's obvious, like the ground here is churned up by footprints headed both north and northeast, coming and going.
Do the metal robot things, do they have like regular ass legs and feet?
Yeah,
So they're bipedal.
they don't have. They have more like almost like talons and a hind digit. So they have like very Jurassic Park talon-esque walks.
So it's like bipedal digitigrade?
Yeah, bipedal digit kind of footprints with the hind claw.
Right.
So what are you guys doing?
Can I send my cat into the tower? Like as far as he can go by stealthing?
You would have to be on the catwalk to be able to reach it. The catwalk itself is about 400 or 500 feet long.
But it's only 5 feet wide.
You would. It varies. It's 5 feet wide at some points, and at other points it widens out to be about like 10 to 15 feet wide, and back and forth. For it's irregular width, I would call it.
That means if we did want to fight something out here, there would be a great place to have a choke point.
True.
I can always scout
Also-
ahead.
Yeah, you are very sneaky.
We fought some of them. How heavy are they?
They're very heavy.
So given, I'm not asking like, can they swim, but given the look of them and the weight of them, would it be reasonable to think they could swim?
You would think that they would probably go straight to the bottom. Whether or not that will harm them, you're not entirely sure.
But it would definitely be a detriment to them if they wanted
Yeah.
to. Yeah. Cool.
One, they don't have because like the thing about you is that the reason why you float is because you have skin and you have like these sacs of air inside you.
Yeah.
And they appear to be like open frame construction. Like you would expect all the innards just to get flooded with water.
So ironically enough, we might have a terrain advantage if we wanted to fight them here. I think that's something worth mentioning.
At this point, you guys had a late start.
Did we have a long rest before or after I healed her?
You had a long rest before you. You actually had kind of like you had a long rest and it got interrupted, and then you finished your long rest, which pushed it to about 10 or 11 And then you traveled about 8 miles, I think, or 4 miles. 8 miles. So I would say it's sometime in the afternoon at this point. Like, let's call it 3 or 4 p.m.
So daylight, basically.
Yeah, daytime.
I kind of want to see what's underneath the water.
Well, I'm a really good swimmer.
No, I'm gonna ask if the cat can go underneath the water.
Can the cat go underwater and will the cat go underwater are very different questions.
She asked them both.
Carlos?
Can the cat go underwater? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it can.
When you command it to do so,
It doesn't like it.
it seems hesitant to do so.
Okay, well,
And
then
you
I'll
find
look
out.
underwater.
And you find out that when it enters water, it reverts back to its crystal form. And it kind of just floats on the top of the water.
Oh, that's right. I remember this. Yeah, I won't. I have to go pick it up now.
Yeah, it still floats. I mean, it still flies. Like, as soon as it leaves the surface of the water, it reverts back to its cat form.
What was that about?
Just cats don't like water. You know the drill.
Aye.
So is Luna going to shapeshift into a fish?
She can't. Well, she could, but she can't swim yet.
Okay, so how are you planning on looking underneath the water?
By swimming and licking.
Okay, yeah, so you wade into the water and you kind of like get out far enough and duck your head down. Visibility down here is terrible.
Okay.
Like 20-foot, 30-foot vision, and then from then on it's just like swamp murk. Not swamp murk, but like murk. Let's just call it murk. There's a lot of I think the technical term is called effluence. Yeah, effluence, a substance that flows out from something.
It's poop, isn't it?
It's like plant poop, I guess.
There's plants in there.
I mean, there's plants all around. This place is called Verdant Green. All right. So how far out are you planning on swimming? Like I said, this catwalk, the tower is about 500 feet out, and the catwalk leads out about 500 feet.
Probably like, what, 30, 35 feet, maybe?
Yeah.
I just want to see if there's any metal golems walking on the bottom of the lake.
No, not as far as you can tell. There are tracks in the water, but they don't appear to be substantial. There's like singular tracks headed to and there, and they seem very like degraded, like as if the tracks are made a significant time ago.
Which direction are the tracks heading?
In all manners of directions.
Okay, well, I'll tug on the rope so they can pull me back.
Which leads you to
the
believe that the constructs, Luna, have no issue transversing underwater.
It would just take them a while to get back to us.
Yeah.
crowd control.
All right, so you're standing at the foot of this. Actually, Luna is doing this. Hal is tying her up with a rope. Honu, I would like for you to roll me a perception check, since I assume you're poking around with your surveyor and taking pictures of things.
Yeah, and I have Hal on my not Hal. I had Tyler on my shoulders. Well, not anymore. He's no longer looking through his cat eyes. I would have put him down.
No, I'll be walking.
Where's Morale as well? I think she's looking around very nervously. That's fantastic.
Love it.
So none of you see the trap. Alright, so what are you guys doing?
I guess falling into the trap.
No. You haven't sprung the trap yet, so it's fine.
I'm just going to be standing behind Hano, just following him.
So you guys planning on crossing the catwalk?
Yep, but Hano's going before me.
How sturdy is that? I mean, I'm sure these machines are heavier than I am.
It's sturdy. It looks very like scrap construction, but it looks very well put together.
Yeah, I'll start going across it.
Okay. So yeah, you guys start crossing this catwalk. Your boots ring against its metal dully. It's very rusted at parts and very like I said, scrap construction. You guys make your way across the catwalk without seemingly raising any kind of alarm. There's no signs of activity from the tower itself. And as you glance back, there's no signs of
Cutting in and out. Is anyone else getting that?
Yeah, he's getting in about.
Yeah, you've been cutting in and out for me, Kev.
Okay. All right. How is it now?
I think that's on my
Is it still cutting in and out? Testing 1, 2,
That's
3.
better.
Testing.
That's better.
Okay, fantastic. All right. Which part did I cut out on?
I think my end may have gone to shit.
So I'll just rehash what I said previously. You guys walk out onto the catwalk. There's no signs of activity from the tower, and when you look behind you, there's no signs of robots coming up your rear to trap you on the bridge. You get to about halfway to the tower. Actually, no. You get. I'll say you pause at the plank that appears to be made out of gold, and yeah, this plank is about, I'd say, about 2 foot wide. Sorry, 2 foot. It's hard to describe a plank when it's laid out horizontal wise. So let's call the width of the plank the wide end, and the depth of the plank the short end. Oh, I think we lost Hal.
We did.
He's just restarting.
Okay.
Can't we, since is it pure gold? I mean, well, I know we can't tell, but can't we like make that get absorbed into the machine we have for credits?
It does accept precious metal, although it comes to your attention that the company Dex only measures about an iPad, whereas this thing is like, I guess, like 4 feet in width, and then like
Could we
about 2 feet.
hypothetically fill up our own personal decks as well?
What was that?
Don't we have our own personal decks? Do they accept precious metals as well?
No, yours does not. This seems to be an extra feature that not Fitzgerald. It is Fitzgerald, right?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. There seems to be an extra feature that Fitzgerald has paid for the company deck specifically.
I didn't know we could fill this thing up. Does it take a while, like, to process it or something?
It seemed instantaneous.
Well, we could just take it and like chop it up and then just keep feeding it.
Oh, she was AFK?
I went to the bathroom.
She did
Oh, I
say
didn't
we
know
are
that. Well, we're waiting for Hal to come back.
Oh.
But at the moment, you guys are standing about nearly all the way across the catwalk. You guys are standing in front of the big golden plank, discussing whether or not to pull it up and chop it into bits and feed it into the...
Well, it's not like we can't swim across it, so.
I will point out that the catwalk is roughly about 5 foot above the water table. So there's like a 5 foot drop down to the lake.
When Hal gets back, I'm going to suggest before we grab the thing that you let me throw a rock at it and see what happens.
I don't know if that's a wise idea.
Well, I
That's
mean,
what-
if we grab it and it lets everything know we're here, then they got the drop on us. But if we throw a rock at it and they come investigate, we got the drop on them.
Are you talking about throwing a rock at the tower?
Yeah, like how far is that gold plate away from us? Is it like
No,
just ahead of
100
us?
foot.
I mean, at that, yeah. If I can hit it 100 foot, I can hit that.
I think throwing
baseball
object
size
is
rock.
like 20 feet short range, 80 feet long range. I'll say
Yeah,
you
but-
can add your strength score to the maximum range. So it would be just within your range or just out of your range.
Yeah, my strength is 16, so I'd have to move forward like 5 feet and then chuck it.
Yeah. They should say, for the sake of argument, it's at the very extreme limit of your range. You could throw a rock at it, but you'd have to like 45 degrees football pitch it.
Yeah, I trust me. I can throw things. I know how that works.
Yeah.
Don't have me explain it to you, but I mean I know how it works.
Do I have to explain parabolas and
No, arcs and angles. No, I mean it works in his head, but he couldn't explain it to anybody.
you know why football teams change sides at halftime?
So the fans can watch everything well.
No, because it's literally easier to throw a ball one direction than it is the other because the earth is rotating. That's literally true.
True.
I was on the opposite side of the ball thrown, so I never cared.
Oh no, Rex. We'll continue on without him. It's fine. You guys aren't in combat or anything, so.
Not yet. Let me chuck this here rock and let's see what happens.
Alright. Roll me a strength roll just to see how well you pitch this.
No,
rock.
I'm not going to
Oh,
throw it
it's
so everyone says they're okay with it. I'm not going to just chuck a rock and say,
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Rex.
Yeah, my internet just grabbed itself for a moment. Sorry.
You are 100 foot. You guys are 100 foot out from the tower, standing before this golden plank, and Honu wants to throw a rock at the tower to see if anyone is home. What say you?
Al hides behind Honu. It gives a thumbs up.
yes, that's all I need, baby.
Have we got
man.
like a 5 foot gap up ahead of us, or
Yeah, so you
Like
pitch
if
this
stuff
rock.
comes out,
You pitch this rock. It falls short by about 10 feet. Slams onto the plank with a dull thunk. Skids across and then falls into the water with a loud sploosh. And you wait. And you wait. And you wait.
Helchik's behind her.
Yeah, and I grab a javelin, waiting to throw that at something.
Nothing stirs. There's seemingly no reaction from your rock toss.
See, aren't you glad I did that? There ain't nobody home. Let's go.
All right, let's go on.
Do you guys do anything about the? Are you leaving the golden plank, or are you just moving on?
We'll come back for it.
Okay.
Sounds a bit like a trap at the moment.
Yeah, we grab it on the way out.
I have a question.
It sounds like a trap.
I
Do
don't
you
step
jump
on it.
over the golden plank, or do you step across it? I mean, like, as in step on it.
I jump
We jump over it.
I said I jump over it beforehand. I'm not sure if that's a bit meta though.
I'm gonna step on it.
Well,
Yeah,
can
I'll
we
step on
discern
it.
anything from a look at it? Because it definitely stands out. We would look at it.
Okay.
I'll like poke it with the javelin tip.
Oh, you poke it with the jet. What's your
Well,
javelin
how
made out of?
How long have we been standing in front of the gold thing?
About, like, a couple of minutes.
Okay,
Well,
we would have
your
definitely
question-
looked at it before we go across it.
Okay. What kind
What
of...
was your question again?
Tell me, how are you looking at it? Like, for what
Prob-
purpose?
It's probably in the sense of, wow, it's shiny and it's weird and it's unique. And does it have like a kind of design to it?
There are
Any kind of-
definitely...
Aesthetic?
There are definitely aesthetic, like, filigrees. It appears to have come off. This piece appears to have come off a larger object, perhaps some sort of statue. But the filigree and the decorative elements on it have been worn down by countless metal-shod feet trotting across them. As gold, as you know, is not a particularly hard substance.
Yeah,
Connor,
and
when you poke it with a javelin, there's a loud scrape sound, and when
Hell
you
jumps
look,
back.
and when you look, you have like kind of scrapped loose some of the gold, and you can see about a fairly. It's not like a super thin layer, but not far beneath the surface of the metal. You strike some sort of harder element. Appears to be cast iron or something. So it appears that this object isn't pure gold. It's simply just what's it called?
Plated.
Gold plate?
Gold-plated?
Yeah. But even then, there's probably still a significant amount of gold here.
Well, we could scrape it up on the way back and just take that. Unless you guys want to scrape it up now. I don't know how much it's worth. Probably a whole bunch of fingers, but we could probably
Let's-
scrape this gold up.
Let's
and
get
then
it on the way
leave.
back. Let's go explore this, and then we might find something even better inside.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah, but on the way back we might be running like hell.
Yeah, we can always come back for it though.
Yeah, but there might be more gold inside. I never
Aye,
even
but-
thought about that. This guy's a genius.
That's no reason not to pick it up now. I mean, shit, how long would it take to scrape up a wee bit?
Why don't we scrape up half of it now, just in case,
Okay.
and feed it
All right.
into the decks, and then when we come back, if we run them, we don't lose stuff. But if we're not running, we get the rest of it.
Are any of you carrying any kind of tools that would be appropriate for scraping
I've
gold plating?
got a hand axe, a shovel, I've got a fancy wood knife, I've got a grappling hook which might work, I've got a mining pick.
The specific item that I'm looking for is either like a smith's tools or like hammer and chisel.
I would have a chisel in the carpenter's kit, I would
Okay.
imagine.
I have a jade club we could use as a hammer.
I mean, I actually have a hammer.
I mean, I can melt it.
Guys,
Ooh.
I have carpenter's tool.
Oh, well then
I don't
that
have a
works.
chisel.
So I will tell you in advance, Rex, that your carpenter's tools is the chisel is more for woodwork. It still work, but I would say that accomplishing this task would destroy the chisel.
Nope, we're not destroying my fancy tools.
You could get another one with the gold that we gonna get when you scrape it up.
Well, maybe I want to do something with them on the way back. Not ruining my
we might have
chisel,
to
I
make
like
it-
this thing.
We might have to make a canoe. You're right. Can I just start hitting it like at an angle with my club?
I mean,
Ridiculously?
I've got a hand axe, we could try,
don't,
like,
don't
scrape
hit it
someone.
now. We'll get it when we get back.
But like I said, we might be running.
Well, if you do it now, the shavings are gonna fall into the water, which is gonna be heavier than the water. That's just gonna sink, and can't hold my breath that long to get the metal shavings off the bottom of the lake.
Therefore, it must be a witch.
That or we can melt it.
Same problem. If it's
Ah.
melting, then it's gonna burn whatever we melt, or try to catch
Luna
it.
gains 1 temporary intelligence point.
I mean, we can't put all of it into the decks anyways. I mean, I don't have anything to pry this whole
Wait,
fucking thing
Could
out.
we just stick the dicks over top and see if it sucks up the gold? Is that how it works?
We can try.
Esmeralda laughs gives a short laugh from behind you and just says, "No, I don't think that's how those things work."
You know what?
Let's
We're
still try
gonna
anyway.
We're gonna try it anyways. You're not the boss of us. We can put your ass back in the pit.
She holds up her hand and she says, "Oh, whoa, oh, okay."
That's a bit excessive on it.
I wasn't
Screw
serious.
it.
I wasn't.
I won't let him put you in the pit.
We can get it on the way back then.
She was being rude.
Metal shavings.
So you guys are just like clustered around this
Okay.
golden plank, like
Let's
digging
just-
through your packs, coming out with random items. Like, will this work? Hey, I've got a misket. Can we use a misket to like scrape it?
Esmeralda, I have a
Yes?
question for you. Do you have any smith's tools?
she shakes her head and says, "No, I'm not carrying around Smith's tools with me."
Man, if we had kept one of those spikes, I bet you that would have scraped us up really good.
Anybody have a dagger?
I have a dagger.
No. I don't have
I-
anything.
I have a long knife. Esmeralda says,
Can we borrow that?
Okay. I
"Sure."
regret everything that I said. Let's just get in there and get the stuff on the way back.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I even raised
You know, you guys
Fine,
could.
fine.
It only looks to probably weigh a couple of 100 pounds. You guys could always just like work it loose
Oh.
from its moorings and carry it. with-
Oh,
Yeah, I'll carry it. How about we work it loose and then I'll pick it up on the way back.
hold on. It's a couple of £100, maybe?
Is it
Yeah,
the same
that's
weight
a-
as Hano?
Yeah.
It's a big piece of metal, yeah.
Let's get it on the way back then. I thought it was a lot
Well,
smaller.
we'll
than
pry it
that.
up now and like lean it up against this thing, so on the way back I can just grab it if we run it.
Forget it. Let's just head on in.
Whatever, I don't
I
care.
shouldn't
I'm
have
bored.
even raised this.
Okay.
Why did I say anything?
Oh, you know what? Here, take the dagger and put Hanu's name. Scratch Hanu's name on the gold plate.
Oh yeah, that totally
Leave it
works.
mine. And I'll share it with you guys. Maybe not Esmeralda, but I'll hit her back around.
I mean, Holder's probably taken a picture of it, so we can use that as evidence.
Oh, absolutely. This is proof it is mine.
Esmeralda just says, "Hey, as long as you get me safely back to town, you know, I'm not looking for a handout."
Well, if you help us, you'll get part of the reward anyway.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you do something, we ain't going to not give you nothing.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys approach the. It occurs to you actually. I should point this out because you were talking about it earlier, Tylos. That you are close enough now to look through your your cat's eyes and investigate the interior of this place, if
Right.
only just.
I'll just do it without telling anyone.
Okay.
Just stand there and just stop talking for a sec.
So
Do it like mid-sentence.
okay. So as your cat flies into the interior space of this kind of tower-like fixture, it immediately notices a dead body lying near the entrance of this place. It's kind of like it's kind of one of those things where like someone has like died against a wall and then kind of slid down and is now in like a half crumpled seated position at the base of a wall with a big smear of blood, like dried blood. The body looks desiccated. Humanoid in form.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's too desiccated to tell a race or gender.
Doesn't smell like an elf. Carry on.
The rest of the place I'll describe to you. The interior space is like it's almost like a utilitarian crawl space full of like piping and like random tubes that run from ceiling to floor, or floor to ceiling rather, with junctions and turn wheels and levers and valves. There appear to be 2 openings, but they don't appear to. No, so there's a singular doorway in the center of what appears to be like a spade-like shaped room, and you're coming through it at like slightly off to the side of one of the tip of the spade. There's like at the base of the spade, there's like a doorway, and then to the left and right of this doorway, up on the ceiling, are 2 openings, like 5 to 6 feet openings that lead onto some sort of room behind that. The dead body is crumpled at the base of the left opening, so he's like at the base of the wall. To the right side, at the base of the right side's opening, there seems to be a pile of rubble, metal scrap rubble, that kind of forms like a ramp that leads up to this opening to this next room. There's no such ramp on the left side where this body is. The door itself is closed and sealed. There are no robots.
Still don't know if I want to go on or not. Hodo, I think you should go on first.
I mean, what's that
Oh,
now?
no.
Are you explaining all this to us?
Yeah.
Like,
Tony wasn't paying attention. He just walks in when someone suggested he goes in.
Okay,
Is
so
there
what's the,
I mean, I told you after. I said you should go in after I've explained everything to you.
so what's the marching order?
I'll be last.
let's ask questions before we head in. Do you see any steam in there?
Tylos, you're definitely not last. Esmeralda's last.
Oh, okay.
I'll go first.
I will be last in our party.
Can we stop for a second and think about where we're going first?
Oh,
We're going in the tower.
Yeah, we're going in the tower.
Did you see any steam inside?
No. Did you?
Did you say pipes, Skip,
Yeah,
which might contain steam?
maybe.
Could
You don't know. There was
steam
no signs of.
reasonably desiccate a body, or I don't know
Like-
how the whole skeleton
like
process works.
What killed this person? Can we tell?
Uh,
Do I need to roll
Definitely.
medicine?
definitely something impactful enough to leave a smear of blood on the wall behind him.
I'm imagining some kind of giant steam tunnel, some reason.
Honu goes first. Who is second?
I'm
How?
either second or third, so.
Hal will go third because she's already gone down enough times already. She doesn't want to be in the first 2.
I'll go last.
Second last. Esmeralda.
Oh, I'm a fucking derp. I need to find a token for Esmeralda. Wow, unprepared GM is unprepared.
Oh, that's okay. That's me, baby.
That's me too. I show up to Mondays. I'm like, so what are we doing?
I do that as well, but I'm the DM.
Yeah, me too.
I like your DM
I
style.
have a perfect token for Esmeralda.
Sure, if you've got one.
Yeah, it's really easy.
Well, while you're doing tokens, I'm just shooting for a quick bathroom break.
Yeah. He's not a fighty person, so I don't want one of these tokens with knives and stuff.
She does have a bow and arrow, though.
Yes, she does.
Oh man, I was playing Far Cry earlier, and this guy was running up between like 3 enemy trucks, and then I heard the click of him like take the pin out of a grenade, and I shot him right in the face with an arrow, and he just dropped down and it blew up, killed everybody. I was super satisfied.
Should have loved Far Cry.
And I'm running around with a pet cougar and a bear.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't do de novo, so
I just bought it off eBay. I mean, not off eBay, but on Xbox Live, so I'm playing it on console.
yeah, boo console, boo. I mean, she's not that scantily clad, Luna.
See, she would be in Pete's games.
No, Rex, I don't think it does. It doesn't work that way.
Just
In fact, you're literally stepping into another plane of existence and then coming back.
okay.
And because time works weirdly, sometimes you can be in that plane of existence for a very long time. No, I'm kidding. No. You go in there and you come out the other side and you're an old man. No, I'm kidding. Alright, so Esmeralda brings up the rear. Here. Ignore stuff. Because I'm a derp. Can everyone see?
I can.
Paint this weekend.
Non-spoilery stuff that I'm a fucking
Yeah.
derp because
I see it.
okay, so Hana, you approach the tier in this thing, and it looks like what was once the face of some sort of wall or something has been shorn open by some significant amount of force, more force than you yourself would be able to apply to such a
I
metal
doubt that
construction.
very much.
But yeah, has torn open this opening to the side of this bronze tower. This opening itself leads directly down into the water line. So like the tier continues past the water line. But it appears to have been like haphazardly sealed up below the water line by iron panels and etc. This opening, however, still remains, and within it, yes, you see this desiccated body directly ahead of you through the opening, as well as the room that I just described. A door in the center of this, at the base of the spade. Two openings up near the ceiling, to the left and right of it, like 5 to 6 feet openings. A rubble pile that forms kind of a ramp that leads up to the right opening, and at the base of the left opening, a desiccated body.
I guess I'll go and I'll go make sure that there's no one coming through the door, and I'll let the smart people deal with the body.
Okay. You can move your token
Yeah.
as you wish. Yeah, so you approach this door. This door appears to be a solid steel construction. In fact, not contrary to the rest of this place, but Let's just say that it appears to be very sturdy and solid construction. It
Is
doesn't
there
have.
like a handle? Is there an obvious way to, like, I can see, not touching it, to open up the door?
There's no handles, no keyholes, no obvious mechanisms that you can see. You can tell that it's supposed to open because of the way it's situated in a frame, but it's without seams. It's a solid slab of steel with like various kind of like not filigrees on it, but like various struts and panels on it. But there's no obvious way to open it.
Maybe the guy has a key on him.
And yeah, and by the way, I should point out that you guys are stepping over like tubes and pipes that are running horizontally across the ground. It's not so much. It is a tripping hazard, but it's not. I wouldn't call it like. It's not dense enough to be difficult terrain. You just kind of have to like. The only person that it kind of like inconveniences slightly is Luna, who has to physically like high school, like hopping over hurdles. Or were you the kind of people who like just like climbed over hurdles instead of jumping them?
I climbed.
Yeah.
I just never had to do hurdles.
Although with me being the short, I might have gone under them.
All right. And Esmeralda brings up the rear. She kind of hesitantly pauses at the opening and surveys the room with her bow.
I check the body.
But yeah, what are the rest of you doing while Honu is kind of like got his face up against this door and
Hal's
sniffing
gonna
it?
look at the body.
I'm not touching anything.
Yeah, could I use my thing to assist Luna on that?
Sorry, what was that?
Hal was gonna look at the body. I'm assuming Luna's doing that as well, is she?
Yeah.
It's probably easier if I can just give her an advantage on that check if you'll allow it.
Yeah. So I'll give her advantage on the. This particular individual is dressed in some kind of weird, like one-piece uniform. It's almost like a jumpsuit, if jumpsuits existed in this world. But it appears to be some sort of article of clothing that's designed to be climbed into. It's made out of some sort of cloth or leather. However, it is cut to ribbons. Like it is obviously just completely ruined by him or her being struck by something that's gone straight through them and left little shallow dents and cuts all over the bulkhead behind him. And then he fell, slid down the wall and kind of slumped over. As I said, too desiccated to form an opinion on race or gender.
Can I see where the body, like where the whatever hit him has come from?
Is this some kind of giant swinging blade trap?
You would suspect that it came from somewhere in this room, judging from the angles of impact on the wall and etc. But exactly where, it's hard to tell. Luna, you can tell that this body is actually, it's probably more Hal. Hal, you could probably tell that this body is probably at least 100 years old.
Ah, so it is an elf body.
No. I mean, the body has been here for about probably 100 years. No, maybe not that long. At least a few decades.
Is there remnants from what's left of the uniform? Does there seem to be some kind of utility or tool belt?
None that you can see, and that's the next thing that I think all of you noticed is that the person lacks any article of metal on him or her or they. Their belongings seemed to have been ransacked. There are signs of somewhere where he would wear they would wear some sort of bandolier across the shoulder and down to hip. But whatever was on, like the bandolier is gone, and whatever is on it with it. I should mention that the room is about 15 foot tall. It's about 10 to 12 feet tall. And these openings come down about halfway. These openings on the left and right come down to about halfway from the ceiling. What's Tylos doing while all this is happening?
I'm going to sit down in the back corner and just spend a bit of time like looking around, trying to see what this place is made out of, trying to understand it.
Okay.
Like looking for any like lines on the walls that look like they could open is mostly what I'm concerned about.
Now I'm helping.
Okay, roll me a perception check. Okay. Yeah, so you survey the room and you look through. There doesn't appear to be any kind of like trap doors or on the floor or the ceiling. The only openings that you can spot, and you're fairly certain of this, like you give it a good once over, and you're fairly confident in your assessment that the only openings in this, the only threats could come from are the two openings up near the ceiling, either side of the door itself, or the opening that you guys came through, where Esmeralda is currently posted up. Kind of, she has the bow pointed outwards, just in case, but she's only occasionally glancing outwards. She's more looking at what you guys are doing, and like, and like. Kind of just she seems a little bit nervous, like she doesn't particularly want to be here, but she wants to be alone.
I want to point the surveyor at the door.
Okay. It tells you that it is a high carbon content ferrous steel. Unknown make, unknown construction.
Don't know what it is. It's some sort of ferrule steel.
I figured this much. They seem to love that shit.
Oh yes, I forgot. I totes forgot. I'm a derp. There's also someone else here.
Oh shit. Oh god.
Is she acting like she's home and wants to go inside?
No, it just seems like a curious dog sniffing at this pile of rubble. And the occasional, like, half-tail wag.
I'll offer Lith some whiskey again.
Can you please
It just outright ignores your offer this time. Like, it knows what's in there and it's not interested.
What?
All right. So what are the rest of you doing? What are all of you doing now? Rather, now that we've gone through a rotation of what everyone is doing.
Is there like, is Hono standing in front of a door? Are there any
Yeah.
doors?
Yeah, with the surveyor.
Can I like put my ear up to the door and see if I hear anything behind the door?
So, yeah, you can do so. Roll me a perception check, and just to let you know that, in case I haven't described it clearly enough yet, the door isn't the only passageway out of this room. There are two openings near the ceiling, 6 foot, come down halfway to the walls, and one of them has a rubble pile that kind of forms a ramp leading up to it that Lith is currently sniffing at the moment. But yeah, you make your way over to the door. You listen, like, put your ear up against it and listen. You get the sounds of obvious sounds of like machinery at work in the distance that's being transmitted through vibration through the metal. Clanking and whirring, rhythmically, as part of like a cyclical thing, and the dull hum of various substances being piped through the various conduits and pipes. But otherwise, you don't hear any kinds of miscellaneous sounds that would alert you to someone being on the direct opposite side of this door, about to punch their arm through the door and grab your face and pull you through the door.
Does it seem safe, like, to go in? Like, if I would open the door?
You don't hear any signs of anything on the other side that would indicate that it would be a danger.
Is it locked?
You have no way of knowing. Like, it doesn't appear locked.
Can I try the handle?
There is no handle.
Can I push? Can I push it just like a little bit?
Yeah, it's solid. It doesn't move. Doesn't even rock.
Hono, I believe this is where your expertise comes in.
Throw a rock at it.
I already threw my rock. I didn't bring another one. I should have brought another one. I think it's an idea. If Luna's done messing with the dead body, I'm gonna pick it up and drag it over here and see if that opens the door. What's left of the corpse then?
So what are you doing?
I'm picking up what's left of the corpse and dragging it over to the door.
Okay. Sure. And what do you do with the corpse at the door?
I'm seeing like if it's an automatic door.
No. The door doesn't respond to your.
Hono, Hono, I meant, use your muscles to open the door.
Oh, okay. And then I'll try to bash the door down.
Roll me either an attack roll or athletics strength check.
Not very good.
Yeah, you try and shove the door down. You kick it. You shoulder barge it. It doesn't budge.
Well,
Hold on. Get out of the way. And I'm gonna get like right here. And then I'm gonna running and battering ram it. And for shits and giggles, right before I hit, I'm gonna go into a rage. Ain't gonna let the door beat me.
All right, 21. Yeah, with a cacophonous clang, he throws his weight against this thing, and for a moment, it's that thing where you see someone like that Russian like throwing themselves against cars to claim insurance fraud. It's like that. And you take 5 bludgeoning damage since you're raging.
Only 5? Okay.
The door itself, however, doesn't respond to your ministrations. It kind of just, there's a dull boom as like 100 plus something pounds of meat and bone slams against this frying pan.
Well, then, if I'm still raging, I'm gonna run and try it again.
Has somebody got a crowbar or something?
can I?
Oh God!
Can I
It
shoot
hurts
it with
so
a
bad.
fireball? Will that help?
Hang on. Have we got something to use for this proper?
I don't have a crowbar, but I do have
Right,
fire.
and as you say, there's something we got for this proper. I launched myself at it again.
So yeah, you do so again, and this time maybe it's just an awkward angle, but no, I know what happens. As you come charging back in,
I slip.
in your rage and anger, you aren't watching your footing, and you trip across one of the pipes that runs across the ground, and you go into like an awkward stumble, and you end up kind of just like slamming your back up against the door, kind of like gently, not really putting much impact behind it. The door doesn't, however, respond. Lith, however, is watching all this shenanigans. Its ears perk up as if it's heard something.
Well, guys, I hate to tell it to you, but this door don't open.
What do you hear, Leth?
Beth is backing away from the rubble pile.
Hal trusts Liv to be the smartest member of the party and follows her.
Talos resembles that.
Okay. So I would like for everyone to roll initiative. As from the direction of the rubble pile, a familiar-looking metallic construct man comes into view in the opening.
Fair, I was technically here because I was still on the ground.
Yeah. Give me a moment while I straighten out the stuff. Oh yes, I should also bring up the initiative tracker, shouldn't I?
Maybe.
That would probably be appropriate.
Yeah, we good.
Now, immediately obvious that you can tell, these automatons appear to be in much better construction. They don't have or at least this particular automaton appears to be in much better construction. It doesn't have the torn, loose metal parts. It doesn't have the rusted, pitted-looking armor plating. All of its armor plating seems largely intact. There are still signs of wear and tear on it, but it doesn't look like it's been trumping out in the wilds for years. It still, however, looks to be largely assembled from scrap, so that's a good thing, right? But yeah. Let me select the token, hopefully, and roll initiative for it. I don't think any of you are surprised, and it's not particularly as stealthy. It just doesn't do stealth. So I don't think it would ever get a surprise round unless you guys are particularly being derpy.
I mean,
For example, like throwing yourself up against a middle door.
I was throwing myself up against the door.
I mean, Lith was like growling and walked away. Which
Yeah.
So
Let's warn you to something incoming, so none of you are surprised. It is Hal's turn first.
Okay, Hal's about sick of these things already, despite, willingly heading in here. But so she sort of steps forward, she puts her foot up on one of her pipes, and she throws each hand to the side, sort of collecting this multicolored light in each palm. Then she lifts them both, and light in each of the palms forms into this kind of colorful, buzzing ring of. Let me find the thing. All right. And she throws one of these at the automaton.
Okay. What does that do?
That's my radiant thing, some old thing. Which I've
Sure.
still fucked the macro for.
I don't know, but that is badass. That gift looks great.
Hold on, I need to refresh everything because it's broken.
It does look pretty badass.
Because everything's disappearing as I'm sort of mousing over it. God damn it, everything broke.
You threw it so hard, everything broke. I like it.
She curses under her breath, draws her arm back, and she throws the second one as a bonus action.
Okay, so the first one misses, and the second one also misses. You let loose these two weird radiant rings, and they kind of, like the scene out of Star Wars in the trash compactor, they kind of ricochet all over the room, and one of them severs some sort of conduit or pipe, and the room begins to fill with this acrid colored steam.
Oh, hang on a second. Macro was fucked. That first one should be a 14. No. 14.
Oh, right, because you're supposed to add your dex to it, right?
No, it's using strength for whatever reason instead of dex.
I thought
So,
no, it's d20 plus 2 plus. It should be.
yeah, no, it's because I did the macro wrong. It keeps reverting to strength on my damage and attack rolls.
It's not even adding your strength to those rolls.
I don't have a strength modifier. Mine's 10.
Oh,
So that's
understood.
a-
So what is your dex mod?
4. So it should be a 14 to hit and 5 damage, if that
So
hits.
14 hits, yes.
Okay.
Your first one lances off its shoulder, knocking loose some sort of metal pauldron that goes sailing back into the room. Clatters around the room with a metal ruckus. But your second one, like I said, trash compactor, steam pipe.
Yeah. It's still counted. And she steps back after throwing that.
Tylos. Oh, actually,
Uh,
it's Lith's turn. Lith runs out the door
Good dog.
because it's
That's
not a combatant.
The coward!
Okay, Tylos.
I am going to move back.
Tylos,
To
would
my
you
trial.
roll a perception check?
Oh fuck!
Nothing. You don't find the trap. Continue.
And I'm going to fire a firebolt at Mr. Automatonous.
Oh wow! Yeah, your firebolt slams into its ribcage, and a bunch of componentry blows out its back, and one of its arms shears right off, and goes scattering behind it like a shotgun blast into the other room. It's still up though.
Fuck. That's my turn.
Oh, I should be doing its HP. Durr. Why is HP not updating? Luna.
Luna's gonna throw produce flame at it.
Sorry, I was sorting out Esmeralda's turn. Produce flame. At 12, unfortunately, is a miss. As you go to, it's like stumbling. It kind of slips a little bit on whatever it's standing on, and it like kind of slides out of view for a moment. And your produce flame erupts behind it, filling the room full of a momentary, like a flash explosion. There doesn't seem to be anything flammable in the room, however, so the flame promptly goes back out after a moment. It does, however, miss the target. It is its turn. It rights itself. Do you move anywhere?
No, I stay right where I'm at. Although I probably do crouch.
All right. It rights its stance. It comes scrambling over the lip of this rubber pile, this opening. Climbs onto this rubber pile and goes straight for Honu.
Are you listening to Dragon Force? Kim,
No.
it sounds like it.
My AC's 14, Kev, but don't forget.
I have Necrodancer, the middle Necrodancer soundtrack playing on Roll20.
I am prone, by the way.
Oh, you are prone. Okay. So I'm just gonna roll an extra one for this first one. So yeah, it misses you despite you being prone, or maybe because you're prone. It attempts to shank you most vertuberously. Is that the word? I'm thinking of a word, but I don't think that's the word. Fuck, now I have to Google it.
Fortuitously.
Yeah, I don't think that's the word that. Never mind. A second construct comes climbing over the wall. This one goes straight for Honu as well. And it attempts to shank the shit out of you with this scrappy-looking piece of metal. Does a 14 hit you?
14 does hit me.
Okay, so he shanks you through the shin with a rusty piece of metal, giving you 2 piercing damage after rounded down for rage. It is now Esmeralda's turn. Esmeralda is going to level her brand new short bow that you lent her from over Luna's shoulder, and she's going to let loose an arrow. Pew! And what is the damage code for a short bow? 1d6, right? Or is it a d8? It is a d6.
Yeah.
Okay, so she puts an arrow straight through its head, and it collapses back onto the ramp and joins the rubble pile, forming a slightly more increased section of the ramp. It is now Honu's turn.
I'm still raging, correct?
Correct.
Alright, I'm gonna use half my movement to stand up and yell.
Although, is it raging, or is it more like mortal embarrassment?
No, he's raging. He's very mad the store went open. I'm gonna scream, "Why won't your stupid door open?" I'm so mad I can't even aim right.
So you just cleave out a bunch of the ramp beside you as you swing and miss at this thing, and you reduce the ramp back to its previous state before the other one added to it. Before Hal's turn, however, coming up finally after Hal, another automaton scrambles through the opening and comes down the ramp on the other side to assault Honu.
At least I'm not prone anymore.
Yep, you are no longer prone. I thought I put this track on.
That'll hit.
Why is it on? It should be on. Yes, so he deals you 1 piercing damage as he pokes you with a tetanus-inducing piece of scrap metal.
Just pisses me off more.
And another automaton climbs to the top of this ramp, but he doesn't have any room to maneuver. So instead, he points his left arm at Tylos,
Oh fuck!
and a piece of hexagonal metal slams out towards you with a sharp pop. Does 20 hit you?
Tyler's is now dead.
What? Not from 5 piercing damage, you're not.
He's embarrassed.
So yeah, Tylos, this thing clips you across the shoulder, almost breaking bone, like there's that much impact, and then goes like ricochets off and goes sailing somewhere behind you to land in the lake of a sploosh.
You see Tyler's facial expression change, and he looks fucking angry.
Hanu. Oh, sorry, Hal. It is Hal's turn.
Okay. Hal conjures another one of these fancy chakram things. Except this time she sort of holds it up in front of her for a moment, and there is sort of this momentary change where her skin turns pale. It turns a kind of grey, and in an instant it almost takes on an undead quality. Although at the same time the chakram in her hand grows larger and bright and, much more agitated, and she throws this one at Which is the most damaged one?
None of them look to be particularly injured.
Okay, she's going to throw it at the closest one here.
Okay.
Fuck my life. 17 for 5.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Yeah, so you
Okay.
clip it.
So, hits her on the shoulder, fucking bounces off behind her, and as this thing flies, there are these little sort of dull threads of light connecting between the chakram and her hand. And she clenches her fist as it bounces off its shoulder. And then the chakram sort of explodes in a moment, and it erupts into this great big shower of light, and it forms a figure. A figure which looks suspiciously like hell, except made entirely of light. And this figure lands on the wall behind it, draws 2 chakrams, runs like a foot up the wall, spins around, and I'm going to use my key point to do my double attack thing, where it throws 1 chakram at each of these guys.
Sure, go for it. Wow. Wow, yeah, there
Oh,
we go.
shit.
So you nail all 3 of them with your chakram double combo.
And immediately after it throws these, it just kind of shatters into these little sort of mosaic fragments of glass, which disintegrate as they fall. And this pulse of light like leaps back along the threads to her hand. And as soon as the light touches her hand, her skin just sort of flushes with color again. And she gives a gasp as she jerks upright.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Amazing. Tylos. Revenge of the Wizard.
Who the hell shot me? Which one?
This one way at the back.
He's dead. He's dying.
Oh yeah, well the last one misses, but the first 2, holy shit. Yeah, you nail him good with the first
Is
2.
he
And
dead?
it's actually funny. The last one misses because it's disassembled parts go scattering into the room behind him, glowing hot with molten evocation magic. Kind of
Right.
half slag, half melted together, just molten chunks fly into the room.
Then I'm going to do it again on the next one in front of it. Lower my points.
How are you doing that?
With my sorcery points.
So the sorcery point, the twin spell, it can only be for a spell that targets a single target.
Oh, I thought it... Yeah, but it is a single target spell. Sounds
Scorching
familiar.
Ray isn't a single target spell because you can technically fire the rays at different targets.
Oh. Well, I'm still pissed off.
Alright, do you move? You roll me another perception check. Okay, so you glance over your shoulder at, just to see how much room you've got to maneuver, and you notice that Lith is nowhere in sight. Man, that dog can run fucking fast.
Well, like, the only thing I think is stupid fucking dog.
Well, fuck you too.
Well,
Look at
it was
this.
running away while we were fighting.
Told you it was a coward.
I'm just gonna throw another fire spell at it. Not for much. She'll do it at this one.
Okay. Yeah. You set it on fire. Smoke and various other fumes start emitting from its innards, and it jerks and spasms a little bit. Yeah, it takes 2 fire damage, which is better than 0 fire damage. It still seems largely functional, however. I actually deleted one of the one's turns. I think it goes next, so one of them goes next at least. So this one that you just set on fire, Luna, is going to take a swing at Honu. Does a 15 hit you, Honu?
It does.
Okay. And it's actually going to reposition itself. So you take 3 piercing damage. Have you been tracking your hit point? Yeah, there we go.
I have been.
Esmeralda shouts out, "Payback's a bitch, huh?" And then she lets loose another arrow at this one's back that just turned its back on her. Uh, Unfortunately, the arrow shatters against its back. Bits of splintered wood and thing goes everywhere, and doesn't seem to do much damage. It seems she hit a hard point on its armor, and she curses, and just readies another arrow. It is now Honu's turn.
That dickhead that just hit me. Gonna return the favor, but with a club to his stupid gob.
Okay. Yeah, you club it straight in the face, sending cogs and metal gearwork flying all directions. It is still up, however. What's half of 13? 6, right?
Yeah. God, I need to get this. A friggin' I don't know, whatever. I'm so angry, I don't care. That's my turn.
Okay. It is now their turn. The only one of their turn, which is the one that you just clubbed, it is going to attempt to shank you in the nuts. Or at least try. Yeah.
It's pretty sad considering how large my testicles are to manage to miss.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's just nothing there to hit.
Ooh, ow.
Ow. It is your turn.
I think Hel's going to sort of run up here between Luna and the bad guys. She's going to take a slash at the closest one with her chakra. 15 for 7.
15 is just the hit. So yeah, you definitely hit it in the back with a radiant blast of energy.
And
it
she's
looks
going to back
very
swing with
badly.
the bonus action. 16,
Okay.
great.
Yeah, and you slam it once again, blowing it to chunks as you these radiant blasts of light erupt from your hand as you strike out at it, rendering it to bits and pieces that scatter all over the ground, falling underneath pipes and conduits and stuff that run across the ground.
That's
I'm
my
just
job.
going to delete it. It is now Tylos' turn. There's one more remaining on the map, and it currently seems to be trying to grope Honu. Give him what you might uncharitably call a hand job.
And he's on fire, and he's got like friggin' metal grippers.
Yeah, I'm blowing on my thing to hit him again.
Oh yeah, yeah. The first one actually killed it. The second one just completely slagged it against the wall. It is now a molten mess that's dripping down this corner.
It's a double crit. God.
Yeah, I would have killed it regardless of how much health it had, because it doesn't actually have that much health overall.
Still angry.
In fact, I will redraw it in honor of your immense slagging. It is now this thing. It's just a pile of molten metal that's running down this corner. All right, initiative is over. What are you guys doing?
Take a drink of my whiskey and just walk over and kick the metal slag.
Yeah, I'm stomping on it. Stupid friggin' thing. Sick of these things.
There is a bark, and you guys look up.
How the hell did you get up there? Couldn't help with these things and then taken up? I'll say no.
You know,
And
I
Lith
appreciate her just not dying.
is standing up at the opening where the skeletons came from, and it's looking
Okay.
down at you, and it looks clearly happy. And it kind of like turns to look over its shoulder, and then it turns back and barks, and it disappears down the ramp.
What are you doing? Throw down a rope.
You don't need a rope. Like the ramp is tall enough for you to walk straight up to the opening.
Then I'll go up the ramp.
Okay. So as you clear the ramp, you come into sight of a room filled with conduits, much more so than the room that you were just in. They run from ceiling to floor. There's an opposing ramp on the other rubble ramp on the other end of this short room. And this room appears to be heavy, like the utility section, etc. And you can see the signs of disturbance wherever the droids there, the constructs came from, clearly came like this direction to come towards you guys. Lith races up the ramp this way, pokes his head through this opening into this next passageway.
Are those
just
buttons
barks.
on the walls?
No, they are pipes and conduits and
Can I touch it to see if it's hot?
sure. Roll me a 1d100. Okay,
It's
yeah.
pretty good.
You touch one, it is blistering cold. Like, it doesn't cause you any damage, but you jerk your hand back at just how cold the conduit is. And it's kind of weird because, like, there's no condensation, there's no frost coming off the pipe. There's no visual indication to indicate to you that the pipe should be this hot, but it is hot. Sorry, it is cold, rather. My bad.
You want me to hit it and break it open?
That sounds like a really bad idea, Honu.
Okay, then I won't do it.
He raises his club, ready to swing, and everyone's just like, no! Alright, so what are the rest of you doing?
Is this a door up here? Sorry.
There is an opening up here. Lith is poking its head through it, and it's kind of barking.
How's
It-
it climb up there?
Okay. You climb up to the top of this ramp, and you look into the next room. It is similar to the first room that you came into. However, there is a distinct feature, and also an additional component to this room. I'll point out the first thing first. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. So let me describe the thing that's at the center of this room first. There is a pillar, a circular pillar in the middle of this room. At the base of this pillar are 4 platforms, circular platforms. That's what they look like. What they do, I'm not going to tell you because you don't know. The second thing you notice is at the far side of this room, a similar opening is near the ceiling. However, this one has a half-desiccated corpse slumped across the bridge of this opening. So its ass end is hanging down in this room, and its front end is hanging down in what presumably is a similar room on the other side, similar to your side.
Hanging down, sorry, or up?
Hanging like it's. Think as if someone tried to jump the wall and climb through the opening and
So-
got stabbed repetitively in the
But
ass
it is
while
going
trying to do so. Yeah.
Right. You might want to take a look at this.
I forgot to ask, did the
Can
dead
I-
body up front, did it have a dex on it?
It did not.
Can I spend like 10 minutes doing detect magic ritual?
You can.
See if this half the body, if there's anything like on the leg part.
It did not have a dex on it, Honu. Now, Hal, I would like for you to roll me a perception check.
$15.
Okay. What is the DC on this?
15.
4.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Let's say that you do not find the trap.
Yay.
And Luna, you're standing inside a pillar.
I know. I had to fix my square.
It's fine. Okay, Luna, I would like for you to roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Okay, so Luna, as you stand upon the platform and examine this pillar more closely, Tylos is behind you, doing whatever he is doing to cast a
Drinking.
ritual. Describe your ritual casting.
I sit down and start drinking heavily.
How is that a ritual?
Hey, that's how Rum used to do his meditations.
I am not going to allow drinking as to be the only part of the ritual. There has to be some sort of spellcasting.
I've got a book. I've got a book, and I'm mumbling shit.
Okay, fine.
See, you've got a material component. You've got your fucking verbal component to the mumbling.
All right, so Luna, as this is happening, you examine this pillar more closely as you're standing upon the platform. You can feel through the. Actually, are you wearing footwear?
Yes. Well,
Okay, so
actually,
you can-
yes.
You can feel through your moccasins or your sandals or whatever the hell you're wearing, a faint vibration coming through through the soles of your boot. How do you respond to that? Like the vibration is not rhythmic. It's
I step off the platform.
it feels irregular. It feels frequent and irregular.
I step off the platform and take off my shoes.
Okay.
Do I feel it on this floor now?
No, you don't feel it when you're not standing on the platform.
Huh. I get back on the platform.
Yeah, and you can definitely, without your shoes on, you can definitely feel it. Like
Oh, I put my
There's-
shoes on.
there's something- there's something that's in contact with this pillar or these. So the platforms are attached to the pillar, and there's something making contact with this pillar that's causing like a frequent but irregular like shuddering through it.
I go to the next one.
The same thing. And you try all four of them, and you get the same results on all four of them.
You probably might want to be careful with that, Luna. We don't know what they do.
It makes my feet feel good.
Hey?
Ooh, it does? Can I go over there and do it?
Yeah. Hanu, roll me a perception check.
Yes. Only perception checks are my favorite rolls. Hey!
Yeah, so you feel the same thing that she's been describing. There's something contacting the pillar, and it's transmitting its vibrations through the pillar into your feet, and it's irregular.
While he's standing on that, can I have Hal put her ear up to the thing to see if she can get a better read on what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
doing?
yeah, definitely. Roll me a perception check with advantage, and the DC is pretty low.
22.
All these fucking 18s and 22s. Is
Tyler,
that the only things you guys know how to roll?
Make a roll, make a perception roll, Tyler. Just
Yeah,
see.
yes. So
Oh, never
putting
mind.
your
Yes!
I'm busy doing a ritual.
yeah, he's busy. You guys are messing around while he's taking 10 minutes to do a ritual. Wizards, man. But yeah, you put your ear up against it, and you can hear the sounds of clanking, like chains being pulled through something. The
What
sounds of
is immediately above the pillar?
something. So above the pillar are 4 additional platforms set into the ceiling, identical looking to the ones that you're standing on.
Hey, you two. Be ready to jump off just in case. This might be some kind of elevator thing. Or it might be rush you against the ceiling. I'm not sure which.
What's the elevator?
We went down one. Remember? The big thing with
Oh,
the chain
yeah,
in the middle.
that big thing. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna take a look at this thing through the surveyor.
Okay, yeah, it gives you strange readings that you're not sure how to interpret. But it's something to do with metal and their composition. But
I'm gonna
again,
hand it to Hal.
again,
It
it
says, I
says,
don't know what that means.
it says unknown make, unknown construct.
I'll take a picture of it.
Does the middle pillar go all the way up?
Yes, it does. It extends from floor to ceiling.
Is there any
But
kind
yeah, I didn't finish my description of what you were hearing. You were hearing the sounds of chains rattling, the sounds of heavy metallic objects shifting, like clanking against itself as it shifts, as well as every now and then you hear a very, very fast burst of like a metallic whirring sound, but as if the whirring is like whirring metal against metal.
Can I check one more thing while I'm looking around here? I want to see if there are any scrape marks on the side of the middle pillar. Like as if the platforms have maybe scraped against it if they've been raising and lowering.
There don't appear to be signs of scrapes. There are, however, channels in the pillar itself that might lend you to believe that these platforms indeed do go either up or down.
I think there's an elevator.
You do also notice that set against the pillar is a hole, roughly where the hole is roughly chest height, so at your sternum, I guess, and the hole is octagonal in shape. It is roughly about an inch wide.
A hole.
Yes.
Like 4 of them or just one?
One hole in each side of the pillar where the platform is on.
So I reckon maybe just stand aside from that wee bit there and she points at the hole, just in case there's some kind of big stabby thing coming out. I'm just
Okay.
guessing.
Have I finished my ritual?
You have at this point, I think.
Do I take to new magic?
You do. What specifically are you looking at?
The big thingy in the middle.
Okay, so the big thingy in the middle is not magical. It's not giving off any kind of active magic readings, although it is plastered with what you would call residue energy. Basically, at some point, something magical has come in contact with this thing, and not just like passing contact. I'm talking about like it was here for a while.
Was that Luna like lying in the pool there?
So what was that?
No, nothing. Is there anything else in the room? Like, I'll have a look around the room.
Yeah. Like I was saying, the various pipes and conduits and stuff have whatever their contents are. Some of them are magical, and you can kind of see almost like a flowing motion to the magic itself, as if like something magical is traveling through the pipe. And there's various schools: evocation, conjuration, and not just like they're not pure as well. They're like a mixture of different schools. Like one of the pipes has like evocation and conjuration magic flowing through it. Another one has a very, very heavy taint of like this transmutation type energy pulsing through it. It's not flowing. It's like it comes in pulses. Yeah. And then up in the corner of like 4 corners of these rooms, there is like a spot. A spot where it's like a cap, a circular cap that's emanating a weak sense of divination magic.
Shit.
And you look back through the do you go back up the ramp and look into the room that they were in?
Yep.
Yeah, the pipes in the other room have much more powerful. In fact, nearly all of the pipes in that room are coursing with magic.
I think, guys, this must be some sort of like scrying machine.
There is one additional thing, but I'll PM it to you in case you want to share it or not.
I won't share that.
Okay. I'll leave it up to you. Yeah. So that's what you see. Also, I will also share this with you. Actually, can you give me a moment? I want to look up something specific. Because this could have ramifications. Let me look up something, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all the information you garner from your surveys. Lith is, however, sniffing at this guy's boots.
So I want Hell to try tie a rope around his ankle and like pull him away from a distance. You know, once everyone's moved aside, in case there's some kind of pressure trap.
Okay. Roll me
Because she
a
wants-
dex save. No, I'm just kidding.
She wants to check him, see if he's got anything on him.
Okay. You pull free. Luna, roll me an investigation check. Okay. So the boots catch your eyes. One, because Lith is sniffing at it, Luna, and second, in comparison to the rest of this chap's clothing or this person's clothing, the boots seem in pretty freaking good nick, pretty good condition, that is to say. And it doesn't take you much to work out that the boots are magical. Of what particular flavor, you're not sure. But clearly, compared to like desiccated body and the ruination of the rest of his clothing, the boots are definitely magic to stay in such good condition. However, this person died badly. This person attempted to scale this wall, climb through the opening, and halfway doing so, he got shanked a bunch of times in the ass with a rusted piece of metal, and then kind of died there. It seems very... it seems like something you might wear, Hal.
Like proper boots for kicking shit and stomping around.
No. Okay, maybe it's
He
more.
wears combat boots.
No. So these boots look like. Actually, no. My bad. This isn't. My bad. Actually, you know what? It depends. Yeah, I think these look like very thick, like industrial-looking boots.
That works.
It's got like no. I've got it. Let me look up an image. One second.
Are there like 30 different buckles on them?
No. Sorry, I retconned it. It looks like something else because I've got the best image for it. The boots are white, and they're kind of configured in like a high heel position, and they've got a weird strut on the back.
Can I like detect magic on them?
Yeah, you can. They're magical.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see what they are?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Something I'm good at.
You recognize, although you don't recognize this particular design, you've actually never seen something constructed like this. Just so you're not even sure what it's made out of. Like it's not metal. It seems to be made out of a similar substance to what your dexes are made out of, which is to say, kind of like a plastic. But it looks kind of like that, Talos. Or Hal.
I hope Hanu gets them.
Yeah, I can work with that.
And you work out its enchantment, Talos, and it is a boot of striding and springing. It requires attunement, and while you wear these boots and while you're attuned to it, your walking speed becomes 30 feet, unless your walking speed is higher rather. And your speed isn't reduced if you are encumbered or wearing heavy armor. In addition, you can jump 3 times the normal distance, though you can't jump further than your remaining movement would allow.
Elle doesn't even know about magic. She just thinks they're cool as hell.
Hell, these are good for you. They'll make you jump
Hey?
faster, run higher.
Oh shit, you're real. I'm having that. Hal looks super pleased by this.
Although it clearly didn't help this person jump over the gap.
How do jump bonuses stack?
Your high jump score with a run up, I think, is your. Let me look it up. There's rules for this.
It's like your dex and feet.
No, it's strength. It's all strength based.
Later?
So the number of feet you can jump with a 10 feet run up is 3 plus your strength modifier in feet.
Huh.
So what's your strength modifier?
0.
So you can jump with these. Without these on, you can jump 3 feet with a run up. With these on, you can jump 9 feet with a run up.
But how does that stack with the monk dash thing? Is that multiplicative or additive? I would imagine additive.
It doesn't alter. So basically you can jump a number of feet equal to your movement during that turn. So if you want to dash, then I will allow you to run however many feet. Like, what is it like?
No, I'm just talking about step of a wind. You'll jump blah blah blah, take a dash action as a bonus
It's additive.
action, and you'll jump distances, right?
It's additive.
That's just cool. Other souls kind of like the heels kind of bouncy.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, she's having a good time with these.
Like you find yourself like not bouncing accidentally, but like just they're really like bouncy. Like you find yourself bouncing without conscious thought.
Yeah, she looks very amused by these.
And you
Yes,
find
that's right,
it's less that it makes you bounce, and it's more that it allows you to make these massive like bounding strides.
Yeah, but she's still probably doing that anyway, just testing them out, having fun.
Okay. All right. So, what are the rest of you doing while you're doing that? I'd say about 10 minutes, more than 10 minutes. About 15 minutes has passed since you've entered this room.
Hanu was bored as hell and see if there's anything valuable you can pocket.
Okay. Yeah. So you're picking up various bits of like shiny metal that you can work loose from the walls, and there are weird things in here. By the way, there's like a valve handle that appears to be made out of solid silver.
I'm
Do you
taking
just want to wrench it off the wall and?
Absolutely.
Okay, so add to your inventory silver valve handle worth 15 gold. Sorry, 15 gold.
You got it.
And roll me a 1d100 to see if the valve handle controlled anything critical.
Kind of want it to.
Okay, so from one of the little circular caps, by the way, Talos, that you had surveyed before, starts emitting a sharp beeping sound, a dull sheet beeping sound rather, like a bong basically, and it emits about once every 5 seconds.
Was it a bomb?
I don't know. It's like a bong sound, B-O-N-G, and it happens every 5 seconds, and it's coming from one of those little circular caps over here. I'll just mark it down.
Luna?
You can see it, right?
Up the corner there.
Yep.
What's that noise? And I'll point over to it.
And it happened after Hano ripped the valve handle from the wall.
Hado, what did you break?
I didn't break anything.
Luna? Is Luna here?
I'm here.
I would like for you to roll me a dex save.
Oh, let's see if I can do this.
Okay, abruptly, the ground beneath you slams into your, slams upward, and you kind of like go to your knees as the ground beneath you suddenly rises. And you kind of scramble to roll your way off the platform before it might possibly slam you into the ceiling. And you land beside, I think Honu probably catches you and puts you down.
Yeah,
Can
I'm
I say
actually
something?
aiming myself toward Hanu.
Yeah.
He
So
said
you-
to get off it. It could do that.
Yeah, and then the platforms slide from standing position up into the ceiling within the space of about 2 seconds. And in their place, 4 sets of platforms rise to fill their gap. And upon them, assuming I can get this to work. Assumptions.
You know what happens when you assume. Do any of her ghostly creatures get squished when it goes up?
No. Upon them are standing 4 murderous-looking constructs, and they jerk off whatever thing that is attaching them to the pillar. And some of you might be able to see whatever the spiked instrument withdraw back from the hole that they came from in the pillar, much to Hal's correct assessment. And these things lurch forwards with murderous intent. And that is where we'll leave the session for this week.
What'd you do, Luna?
Wasn't me!
Why does nothing even lurch with like affectionate intent or jovial intent? It's always murderous.
Very rude.
It has red glowing eyes and is waving sharp implements in your direction. In your case, one of them pointing one of their slug gun things at you. But yeah, that is where we'll leave this session because I understand it's getting fairly late for Robin.
Yeah, I got work in 5 hours.
Here's the thing: we missed last week's session, and the week before that.
I thought we were doing every other week, so we've only missed one.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to push for one next week for like a kind of like catch-up session?
I cannot. It is my birthday.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday. That's fine.
Happy birthday 1 week from now. Let's not get too early with giving Robin happy birthdays.
Hey, no one. I think only Rum wished me happy birthday on my birthday.
No, I did too. It was in chat though.
Okay.
I wish you happy birthday multiple times, thank you.
No, it's fine. So okay. So we'll just reset our 2-week interval on this week. So we'll
Yep.
skip next week, and then the week after that we'll keep going.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
Fantastic. Well, I hope everyone had fun.
We did.
Yeah.
Thank
Fun
you.
said.
I got a knob, a silver knob. You can take that as you want to.
Now, here's the question: how many automatons are in this place?
This
If it's
many.
under 50, then we're fine.
So what was the benchmark that you guys set before? Was it 9
9 at
automatons?
once.
Get the fuck out.
I feel like that might have been like too ambitious.
Don't tell the DM that.
I'm sorry, do you want to fight 9 of these at once?
The question
Just
is,
say 4.
are there only automatons in this place, or are there other things?
Oh, fuck. You're really
Well-
getting your back on me, aren't you, Kev?
All right. Well, Pete, Rex, I guess I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Monday night.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, Monday night.
Tomorrow.